In the United States, I think most people understand you do need a certain amount of legal immigration, which, by the way, we still do it. It's very generous legal immigration policy. I think that the Trump people, for example, don't like the way the H-1 system gets gamed a certain amount by companies and things like that. But those are, I think, relatively small issues. And again, the thing with Trump is you can always do a deal as long as you are willing to engage and let him say he won.
Immigration has been a sort of a hot button issue during the election campaign. It's like one of the two or three things that you have also marked out in your column post the election outcome. India sends skilled professionals every year. 270,000 Indian students have got there last year. So this legal immigration versus illegal immigration, this has been a challenge even from the Indian government side. And the Indian government has never sort of advocated for illegal immigration. In the last 1 year, data shows about 1,100 Indians were deported by the Biden administration on planes. So if Trump administration now takes it a step forward, makes it a public spectacle of sending back Indians in plane loads, what does it mean? What does it do to the India-US relationship?
I honestly think it can weather those deportations because, as you point out, Indians largely go to America legally. What you're talking about is the whole H-1 student visas, all that stuff. Still in the United States, despite all the reaction to immigration, which, as I say, I think is largely justified because you've had millions and millions of people going to the border illegally, gaming the asylum system, saying that they were politically persecuted or some version of that, and therefore getting a kind of legal entry into the U.S., in my opinion, completely gaming the old system. And people should be outraged. You've had millions and millions of people doing this, and the system is no longer working. The asylum system no longer works. That is quite separate from the issue of immigration, whether we have the right numbers. Broadly speaking, I'd say in America, there's still a fair degree of support for legal immigration, though unfortunately it has decreased because of this rise of asylum seeking and the crisis on the border. But I think if that problem is taken care of, and if you really crack down and I think just shut down the old asylum system, I think you'll find that support for legal immigration will rise again. In the United States, I think most people understand you do need a certain amount of legal immigration, which, by the way, we still do it. It's very generous legal immigration policy. We take in 1 million legal immigrants a year, which is more than, just to give you a point of comparison, it's more than all rich industrialized countries put together. Legal immigrants, and remember, an American legal immigrant has a pathway to citizenship, which is very unusual compared to others. Like the Germans have a blue card or something like that, but the last I checked, you can't turn it into German citizenship. You're forever a non-voting permanent resident, whereas the American system really, it sort of accepts you into the country in a way that's very different. So I think it's a storm that can be weathered. There will be some complications around it. I think that the Trump people, for example, don't like the way the H-1 system gets gamed a certain amount by companies and things like that. But those are, I think, relatively small issues. And again, the thing with Trump is you can always do a deal as long as you are willing to engage and let him say he won. I mean, this is what the Canadians told me when they negotiated the revision of NAFTA, which was, you have to be willing to. Basically, he'll go out and make a press conference saying, I did an amazing deal, it's great for the American people, and you just wait and don't contradict it and say, no, it's actually a better deal for the Canadians, and then you're fine.